start our week, we're going to have a couple systems in our area. Mostly going to be staying off to the north, but we're going to bring in some instability here to Northland. But what they're also going to bring in is some wildfire smoke, especially behind those cold fronts. We're going to start seeing it as we get into today. We'll pull this out to the afternoon. So we're going to have to deal with that wildfire smoke for once again, as we have been doing it for much of this summer. And then we're going to have the other cold front come through that's going to bring a second wave of some wildfire smoke as we start heading into Tuesday. And that's why we have those wildfire smoke, or I should say these air quality alerts in effect. For here, you can see it in Minnesota, the UP, and guess what? I've been keeping up with the show. Northwest Wisconsin finally has those air quality alerts as it is expected to become unhealthy, and these will go into Tuesday. Now, when it comes here to our forecast for today, you'll notice most of it is going to be the red. That means unhealthy for all. A little bit better once again in the UP, but still unhealthy for those of the sensitive group. So especially if you are part of the sensitive group, keep updated with that air quality today. Make sure you're staying inside when it's at its worst as much as you can. And now we're going to be looking here at our severe outlook and you can see for today we do have a marginal risk for severe weather, mostly damaging winds, large hail. Now it's not going to be for this afternoon because we're going to continue seeing that sunshine we're seeing this morning through the day, but that's going to change overnight. As you can see, the cold front that's also bringing in some of that smoke. It's going to bring in some of those storms as well. Again, we can see some severe storms in these areas when it first makes its way in. They will weaken a bit as they move southeast as we go into overnight hours, but we'll continue to see some rain and some thunderstorm action. And if we go into Tuesday afternoon, well, we can see some shower action in northern Minnesota wanting to stick around. So looks like the rain one will stick around as we get into our Tuesday for you guys in northern Minnesota. And as we go to the end of the week, we're not going to be looking at our excessive rainfall outlook because Thursday and Friday we do have a marginal risk for excessive rainfall, and that's because we're going to have another system roll through. So as we get Tuesday going into mostly Wednesday, we're going to finally start to clear out a bit. But as we get towards the end of the week, a second system is going to make its way in. It's going to bring a cold front that's going to bring in more thunderstorms and showers here to the Northland Thursday going into Friday. And guess what? As we go in the weekend, looks like the rain chances might stick around as we might see a stationary front set up. Now, this is going to depend on the strength of this high pressure system because if this high pressure system is a little stronger, looks like our weekend is going to be on the drier side. But if it is how the models are forecasting right now, it looks like we might be seeing rain starting Thursday going all the way into our weekend. And now we're going to be looking at those temperatures because today, a little bit on the warm side. Notice a lot of us getting into those lower 80s for those highs. Some of us staying a little bit cooler, especially as you get into the Arrowhead. But as we pull forward, you'll notice that those temperatures are going to cool down a bit. You'll notice now, especially in northern Minnesota, getting into the lower 70s, still staying a little bit warm into northwest Wisconsin, but most of us now sticking into the 70s. So a little bit of an up and down action. And as we continue looking through the week into the weekend, the up and down action won't end because after we cool down, you'll notice we're going to warm up towards the end of the week, and then we're going to cool back down through the weekend. And if you look at a map now, we can see Friday, most of us, especially in the northwest Wisconsin, getting in mid, maybe even upper 80s for those highs. And then as we pull to Sunday, we're going to be cooling right back down as another cold front comes through. And so we might be probably on the cooler side by the time we get to the end of the weekend. Have to keep an eye on more wildfire smoke making its way on down. We'll see how much rain can impact those fires. And when it comes to the dew points as well, you know what? Enjoy the middle of the week. Hopefully the wildfire smoke moves out because the middle of the week is going to be a little cooler, it's going to be drier before we're going to see that moisture and those dew points come back. So looking at our 7-day forecast, again, temperatures up and down. Middle of the week, the more pleasant. Hopefully the wildfire smoke moves out because that's what we have to deal with today and tomorrow. And as we get to the end of the week, we're going to see more of those rain chances start to return.